Look, if you are thinking of buying or selling and you want a great experience, you want world-class service, I'd like to catch up for a cuppa and do some business with you.
Finish the season off the way we did, it's really encouraging. I think we showed ourselves, how to beat them and how to score against them.
Show the rest of the league what we can do.
I think I've got it sorted how we can build a game plan to beat them.
It's finals time, get your game face on.
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 We welcome the coach of the Pines Football Club who's done a superb job, Paddy Swayn. We also welcome their star centre half forward who's driven from one end of Melbourne to another. He's driven from South Marine all the way down here to Frankston tonight. Mind you, the coach and I have come from East Kew, so we've done pretty well to get here too. Tim Bongetti. Paddy, I'll start with you. Do you feel vindicated with what the team has achieved after it looked like your position as coach was in jeopardy at the start of the year?
It's a big word, Dan.
Just a nice soft question.
It's making me brain, actually. I was a school teacher, but I wasn't quite sure what vindicated meant. But short answer, probably not. It's we just went. I think that was sort of done and dusted pretty much the next day. We moved on pretty quick, and I just went about the pre-season as per usual, the season as per usual, and haven't really given that a second thought.
Right, yeah, I'm excited. I said last week that I was barracking for these blokes over Mount Lions because I wanted to see this rematch. To an extent, like we were sitting there on the sidelines going, you know what, I wouldn't mind having another crack and just seeing what's going to happen in this second round.
From a
not from a political point of view,
from a local lover of footy's point of view, I think the feedback that we all got, and I'm sure the Sorrento boys got from the game against the second semi-finals or against each other, was I got told it was probably the best game of local footy a lot of people have ever seen. Even a guy today came at work and said, "Oh, you're coaching Pines," and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, that game." He said, "Mate, I had a mate who went to it." And he was saying that you'd hear the clash of bodies, the whole game. And I think that's probably a testament to Mornington, to the velodrome there, right? And it makes it sound bigger than what it was. But
you guys have had the
anyway, I've said that. But yeah, look, I think from that point of view, from a local lover of footy, I think it's going to be a really good grand final.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had a build-up like this. We've had these boring pricks at YC win it every year for the last 8
Pretty nice. They can only do what they can do.
He knows fucking around, mate. It's alright, calm down. I know you're a freshie, but it's alright. But
thanks.
To see two sides going at it with some passion is going to be great.
What do you think, Paddy? Will you have Bo in your team?
I think he'll play. I'm actually probably near positive he'll play. Just for the fact that I think a bloke who's played 12 years of senior football, been starved of success, he's part and soul of the football club, to miss a grand final for that would be shattering for not only him but for the family and for our footy club. So I think wise heads will prevail. I think he'll get the nod.
Do you think it was deliberate, or as my son would say, accidental by purpose when he was a younger boy?
Nah, not at all.
There's no hard feelings. Game of football is a game of football. At the end of the day, we all sit up here, we're men, whatever. But I believe a game of football, if you look at every second, minute that was played in that game, I reckon there were more situations in that game that could have been viewed. That's all I've got to say. There's one incident in a game of football where if you went back, there'd be plenty of blokes that would go, there were other altercations, other situations in that game that could be viewed at by the tribunal. But
you're 100% right. We can sit on this topic for 20 minutes and it wouldn't matter. Like that contest, it was just spot fire after spot fire, hard contest after hard contest. It was just fantastic. That small confined Mornington made that happen. Just in front of Paddy, after watching that game last week with the Sorrento boys, we in Division 1 sort of play on small decks pretty much the majority of the time, so you sort of base your coaching strategy and some plans around that. Seeing it on Frankston on the weekend, is there a few things that you picked up that you do differently?
No, not really. I think if you look at, I think the Frankston's overplayed a bit. Our ground is actually area, and area, you mass. Our ground is a bigger area than Frankston Park.
I'm not smart, no, I'm not that dumb.
But our ground is a bigger area than Frankston Park. We're 5 metres shorter at either end, but we're 13 metres wider and our ground is 30 metres wide at each side, so it's 26 metres right across the ground, and we're 10 metres short going up and down the ground. So it's not that much of a difference for us. Actually, Mornington's wider than the Frankston as well. So the Mornington ground where we've been playing is actually a wider deck than what Frankston is. So you can bring pressure to big grounds, you can bring pressure to small grounds, and that's what we've been basing our game around, and we can take it to Frankston Park.
Tim, what's it mean to you playing premiership with this team, considering you've come from the other side of Melbourne to come down and play? Great commitment. You've been a wonderful servant for the club for the last few years, but to culminate it with a flag, how important is it?
That's why we play footy, isn't it, Dan? To win premierships, I guess. So when I came to the club, I heard a lot about the Pines, and from people outside of the Pines, obviously, the way that the people at the Pines are perceived. Coming from Greensborough, the other side of town, it didn't really defer me coming down because I hadn't won a flag for 24 years, and that was my biggest feeling to come to the club, that I wanted to get a club that hadn't been there, to jump on board with Aaron, Chewy, the Hendry brothers and Potsy, and try and get this flag for the club there. You've got so many people putting in, so many people doing what they do around the club, sponsors and that where the club's been down the bottom for a long period of time. I believe that a flag for this club will not just be a great moment for the 22 of us and the coaches, it'll be massive for the community, not just the footy club. I think it'll be massive for the community and the people that live around the area.
To see a full version of this video and many exclusive chats, never before seen fantastic footage of your club, all the news and views, make sure you click onto the Game Face digital record app.